about to start recording now. What up, though, bro?
What's good, man?
How you doing, man?
I can't complain. Nice to finally get on the platform, man. I appreciate it.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you, man. First, let me ask you, what y'all weather like down there? We hearing all these hurricanes and things like that. Is that affecting y'all this go round?
No, actually, it's not, man. It's still pretty warm here, though. It get cool at, sort of cool at night, but it's been pretty warm, like in the 90s and stuff here.
Okay, okay. When stuff like that happen in Florida, do y'all catch rainfall or y'all be pretty solid or it varies?
It all depends. Like that last time, like a little rain did come through, so like it all depends though, but mostly like the bottom of the state, like Houston catching more than anybody because it sit right there on the ocean. So
Okay. Now see that I didn't fully understand. I kind of touched the top of Houston and cut through Oklahoma, but I and cut through to get to Oklahoma, but I never exactly chilled in Houston.
okay, okay,
You
okay.
know, I know that traffic is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I got the fuck out of there, man. Yo,
See, on
so
both on two sides of us, Oklahoma is like probably an hour away.
yeah, my motherfucking I was in the semi truck. They was highly upset at me that I cut straight through Houston. Ended up on a reserv and on one of them Indian reservations, which was experience itself, dog. You know, I ain't never talked about this for real on my YouTube channel, but the process of me going legit, all
Mhm.
to get settled to like having a career, man, that was
Right.
a wild ride, dog. I remember when
Yes,
I
indeed.
dog, so of course you know about it. You know what I'm saying? Man, so look, for the people that don't know, this is the real Bricc Baby. His dreads
Original.
is real. His
Yes.
G
No,
card
no
is real.
extensions.
Right. Ain't no simping in this crippin'. You know
At
what I'm saying?
all.
Right. And he's not a hater or a
No.
dope fiend.
At
So,
all.
not at all. So, man, first, you got to tell me and the people how you came across my channel. You know what I'm saying? And first off, I damn sure appreciate you being on Man Time because just me having a disagreement with the fake Bricc Baby, you could have took that a million different ways. And you know what I'm saying?
Well, it was time to clear a lot of stuff up. Like people have to realize when other people hear things, sometimes they adapt to it. Like I noticed a lot too, like that Brick Baby was thrown out a lot, you know what I'm saying? And in many ways it affected me too,
Yeah.
because when people seen it as the label, they had something to say too, like, dang, what's really going on? Are you with these, politics and everything else that's happening? But
Yeah. He
nah,
put
we
a
was way, huh?
he, he put a lot of things on the internet that street niggas thought that even if you were in a gang was supposed to be hidden. Things like drug usage, things like politicking with known rats. You know what I'm saying? Things like not showing up for your DPs or your
Well,
fade.
see, the things like that, like, yeah, that was very hypocritical because I remember when the little situation where whack 100 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, cuz was going at whack about 6ix9ine, but if you come back and hang with a cat who basically did the same type of shit, like what is that saying about you?
And you know the
You
sad
know.
part about that? Whack 100 got 15-20% off them deals he made with 6ix9ine. But
Right.
Brick,
It was a money deal, like don't get me wrong, like even as a G in the street, I wouldn't have dealt with it. But you know what I'm saying? Like on the other hand, at least whack and say, hey, mines was due to
Right.
business.
He got a
Yours due to what? Just
right,
kicking it or whatever.
right. And let's be clear, the hood possum punked him too. He was begging him to refollow him. Like, yo, and YSL Woody, like, nigga, man, you answering questions and shit like that. Why you explaining yourself?
Right,
And then he
right.
begged him back. He begged him to follow him back. Like,
That was a bad look. Like that was a bad look on him. You know what I'm saying? And
all the way around. You know,
yeah, because you
oh,
got a
go.
lot of like Atlanta cats now, like Atlanta, Atlanta dudes now going at his head
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Hey, we done ran you out of the ATL and blah blah blah." Like, how you got it looking for the other homies that gotta go there?
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I know you in the South, so you done been through there, so you may know the geographics. He wasn't really in Atlanta. He was in Mechanicsville. You know what I'm
Mechanical,
saying?
yeah, that's a little, that's a known area though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. A respected area.
yeah, it's a respected area. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's not the heart of it. But
Right. That's just like when I was down in Atlanta. I was in I was in East Point.
yeah,
But I can't say I was in another area. Like, and it's delicate that these different areas are known for their own separate things. But when you try to say you had pool in Atlanta and you was on the outskirts, that's disrespectful to the area you was in, and it's
yeah,
disrespectful to the, you know what I'm saying? But you would have to
yeah.
actually be someone that moved around down there to understand how disrespectful. I don't think he understand how disrespectful he be being. Not to cut you
Okay, but in
off.
his generation, like, what is his definition of he ran it? Like, because as far as us, I can say that we moved away from Cali to another place, and the place that we was at, I can actually say we ran it.
Right,
That's with, nothing, no strings behind it. We ran it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we had motion in it. It was known. Still to this day it's known. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
I don't know exactly what he meant about he ran it. Maybe, he hung with a crew who had a little name or whatever. I don't know. But I know that when you go through the trails that we done left, the footprints we done left, that all of them is official.
man. I think in some cases he might be putting the 2 on the 10 unnecessarily, and that's what kind of bothers me about him, because he's an entertaining guy, right, bro? So it's
Right.
no need. There's no need to put the 2 on the 10 if people are already entertained by it.
I
You
feel that.
and one point that we gotta go back to, like you said, you're original California and venture to other
Right.
and put that flag down.
Right.
Man, you gotta go ahead and explain the story about how that go. Cause I done heard the DJ Quick and I done heard Ice.
Well, I mean, it's like this. Like when you talk about the hood politics and the gangs and stuff like that from LA, you got a lot of people who's well known that wasn't born in LA, but they came to LA and they have a name for themselves. So that ring bells, you know what I'm saying? Like that put them on a different standard. Like they came from somewhere else and they got their name on the map in LA. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a few of them that they wasn't born in LA, but they was LA raised or California raised. I can't hear you.
You hear me now, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, bet. This damn microphone messing up. Anyway, the way things be presented, it seems like everybody from LA is like maybe their grandparents or their mother may have came from somewhere else. But as far as the dudes that saw Factors, it seemed like all of them say they was originally from the soil.
Nah, like nah, a lot of them background is from places like Louisiana, Mississippi. I mean, they tell you in their music, you just gotta listen to it because Snoop had a song with about he said his hometown, Baytown or whatever.
Right.
So you know,
Snoop.
corrupt from Philly. You know what I'm saying? But he put Long Beach on the map.
Yeah, yeah. I was just listening to somebody talk about Corrupt from California, and they had Corrupt as number one as they list of rappers from Cali. And he was like, nigga,
Yeah,
we ain't giving Corrupt back to Philly. And I kind of
for
felt
real. Like,
it.
yeah, Cali is home. Like it said, Philly been lost him.
Right. And
For
hey,
real.
that nigga been hitting 3-pointers for your squad all this time. Why would you send him back home?
Why would you send him home now? Like, shit, that nigga is a star. Cause like. Corrupt is one of them that was actually, putting it down in the streets and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, if niggas
so
really want to talk about the hood politics and stuff, what should be going on is the OG supposed to still have that control of the young G's. You know what I'm saying? But since it been the gap between it, they have nobody to look up to. They want to, like Tupac said, you might be deep in the game, but you got the rules missing. You know what I'm saying? Like the rules
ooh,
not there no more.
duh.
You know?
Hey, well, with that said, man, let's take it back to where you started at. So go and let everybody that don't know, let's go and start at the beginning. Let them know where you from, baby.
I'm from 51st place, 1032 is the address. That's South Central Los Angeles, between Vermont on one side and Long on the other side. Like we stayed right there in between it. So we was born on 51st right there. That was the heart.
Now I don't know a lot, but if I ain't mistaken, my man's Crip Mac done already taught me that make you neighborhood, right?
neighborhood, Rolling 60 Crib,
And look,
original.
show you how much I fuck with Crip Mac. You ain't too far from Baby Snap's alleyway, is you?
Right, right. Even Crib Mac, they only like four blocks up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Real shit, man. Hey,
right.
Crip Mac, my favorite Crip. He might because he on some real shit. I don't really get into the gang politics. Now in the YouTube, people like to expose you and all that shit. I am from a hood. I'm the
Yeah,
nerd from my hood. I help niggas with their homework. I help niggas graduate. I was the first one to move out the hood. I did end up in the streets, but it wasn't because it was what I wanted to do. It was what was paying. And
for me, you get a salute from me for that, cause like for real.
I mean, most niggas can't say that, but then people be trying to like dig, like, well, how are you like that? Like, yeah, I really do got my diploma. I really did get kicked out of school for hustling, but I really did go back and get my diploma. I really tried my best not to end up, you know what I'm saying? I tried,
Right,
but it was like the job. I went to school. I went to college. The money. I mean, I tried. I swear I
right,
tried. And so when I got into the game and the game looked at me back,
right,
treated it like a job. And I worked that bitch for about 10 or 12 years, you know what I'm saying? And and
right,
and I did get a little lost in the game because at first I started off selling, selling hard like we all do, and a little bit of H, trying to see what was gonna work for me. And I ain't
right,
like how that felt to show up on the first or the third waiting on my H money back,
right, right, right,
especially with the complexion of people. You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
getting them bridge cars and all of that shit with the hard. So I got off into the soft, like
Hmm.
getting a nice amount, but selling it in small amounts, keeping it clean. And that took
Right.
me into the suburbs. And then I didn't have to deal with my feelings when hustling because all of these people can afford what they doing. You know
Well,
what I'm
see, if you notice, like even the movies you see, majority of the ballers, they're
saying?
not from the streets. If you really think about it, majority of the ones who really got it is not from the streets.
Right. So now you just pointed out something. So you understand why when things got funny, I had to kind of step back because it's like niggas know I'm a nerd. Niggas know
Right,
I be,
right,
you know what I'm saying? And people know I've been
right,
saving my money. I got shit to do. I keep it a bean pie with you.
right.
I'm letting everybody that run with me eat like me.
Supposed to.
Motherfuckers, you right. Motherfuckers do some shit I told them not to do. We in Kentucky. We got a spot in a black suburb. Now, I don't know. You in the South, so you know how this is. You have
Hmm.
black suburbs, white suburbs. In the black suburbs, they don't want to see no white prostitutes.
Right.
Niggas was fucking them white hoes, bringing them to the house in the black suburb. And
Yeah.
they was rolling their blunts and putting their blunt wrappings in the goddamn trash can. And I told niggas that's an automatic warrant. If the police can see you got paraphernalia in the trash, that's enough to get a warrant. And
Right.
then motherfuckers brought a caravan of people from the city down there to just hang out and go shopping. They go to the mall, buy all the jeans out. Long story short, you know what happened.
Yeah. That's not smart at all.
You know what happened after they left the mall. You know, nah, we got money. I'm getting the
Right.
money together to get everybody situated. Motherfucker ain't been in the whole tank an hour. Call me and say shit bigger than Nino Brown.
Ah.
Now I got major love for this dude. I never say his name. I never tell nobody he did that to me. I just talk
Right.
about it you know what I'm saying? But a
Right.
motherfucker did that shit to me while the bill and lawyer money was on the way. After they got caught doing some shit I told them not to do. And
Right.
that's
You
what made
still
me
had to
start.
save them.
Yeah, and of course, because you already once the nigga say that, you basically telling me that you gonna put me in your trap. And
Right.
that's what I be trying to tell. I ain't mean to steal your interview, Bricc. I'm
You
sorry.
good. You good.
But that's what I be trying to tell these little homies. Rat behavior start way before somebody snitch on you. It's rat
Yes, it do.
behavior when you got the hoes in the house and the niggas say, yo, that's my hat. It's rat behavior when you got the women over and the niggas say, well, I bought the drink. It's rat behavior. You know what I'm saying? When the motherfucker, you taking a dude where he need to go and he see your tank on E and he got a packet full of money and he ain't trying to give you nothing.
Right.
Rat behavior. You know, a chew through concrete, get in your house, get caught in your trap, and then gnaw his own arm off, drag blood through your house just to get out his own mess.
Just to get out of his own trap. Yep.
You right.
That
A
is
rat to
true.
fuck up the a rat to fuck up the whole a rat to fuck up the whole system of a ship and be the first one jumping board after he done ate the navigation wire. And
Right.
these are laws
Right.
of physics, laws of nature. You gotta understand when you dealing with a rat, it's already a rat before he get to snitching on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's already in him. It's already in him. Like you can't take that away. You can't say that that just came to somebody. Like I had to learn that firsthand. I went to CYA. I went to juvenile in Louisiana and to the prison to the penitentiary. And being second generation gangbanger and all of that. So like it's a lot that comes with it. Like I went to prison too behind some so-called homies that hood and That's why you know every time nigga talk, they talk about dead homies, dead homies. Like some of them niggas got the dead homies killed. You know what I'm saying? Like so, I don't play that dead homie shit because everybody wasn't their homies. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Even though they was from the same set, a lot of wasn't their homies. You know.
right. You know, I listened to a lot of Sebo, and I know he was thorough because he came to the Midwest. But
That's my homie, man. Yeah,
I,
Sibo. Yeah, that's that.
I
Yeah.
ain't never heard him put it on the dead home.
Nah, you know when it's real, you don't even have to go through all of that to try to get it verified. You know what I'm saying? Like
No,
when you hear niggas talk like that, like nigga, you trying to be too hard of a gang banger. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Like
he blew.
everything don't have to be gang bang language. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't. You know, niggas didn't even know DJ Quick was really a gang banger unless you knew the lyrics of his song.
That now you picked the perfect one because DJ Quick was big in Detroit. We when we was singing along to his songs, we ain't know we was banging on niggas.
That's
Right.
just how smooth he was with it. Like that nigga was telling everybody what set he was from, but you wouldn't have known it if you didn't know the gang culture. You know what I'm saying? So
No, no,
yeah,
no. I, when he talking about the treetops, nigga, I didn't know it.
yeah,
And then on that my favorite song is that damn dollars and cents. You know what I'm saying? He was banging on that
yeah,
was the radio.
yeah. At the end of the song, he called out every hood around his hood. At the end of the song, you know. So
Word. That was long. That was 20 years before YG.
right, you know what I'm saying. So you know, niggas being banging, it was just a respect thing for it. You know what I'm saying? It was just the way that it was happening, man. You know, and like cuz that you talking about though, man. I don't know what his aim is because if you keep going from one of the homies' name until now you done adopted another one of the homies' name and like what is your name? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
And you know,
what you using?
nah, I ain't told no. I'm gonna tell you because, well, I guess people gonna hear me tell you. You know, the real shitty. He highly offended by some of these things, and he asked me to reach out to a young lady that could clarify it all. You know what I'm saying? As far as with the name thing, he can't even get to explain what happened because he's stuck on somebody trying to, you know what I'm saying? Which is starting to seem to me like how something like that could take place. Somebody playing with your gangsterism and you didn't put your life on the line for it. And I got to give you your respect because somebody has been playing with your name and
Right,
you been
right.
worldwide with it. So, like, let's give you the whole floor, bro, to go on, put it down from where you started, where you got put on the hood. Please explain the hat that's going so clear. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, like I said, I got started right there in South Central Los Angeles, 51st place. I got put on the hood when I was probably about 10 years old, like in '88. We actually moved out of the hood and went to the valley. We moved to San Bernardino.
Mm-hmm.
And, my parents separated. So my mother ended up moving south, and my father, he ended up moving to the East Coast. So I ended up moving to Connecticut for a while. You know what I'm saying? This was before the Crips and Blood was even, really known and stuff on the East Coast because we used to be on that coast, and believe me, it wasn't. They used to look at us. Actually, I had a few fight. I had to, deal with a few niggas for calling me like country boy and stuff,
So
because
you came to the East Coast at the same time, a little bit before the movies came, talking about blood and Crips, right?
right. I came to the East Coast like right before or right around like when Colors and stuff Got the, so
Did you have a high
of
top, bro?
course. No. Actually, growing up, I had the long Jerry curl, of course.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Man, I had the long Jerry curl, but then, by this time, we was wearing the braids and stuff, so we was doing the cornrows and shit at the time. So
Okay.
I had a fro and stuff, but the niggas was hating from the east, but the females was loving it, so I was cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
Understood. Understood.
Yeah. So
So hold
you
on. So
know,
you took the cripping at that you got at 10 before y'all left Cali,
mhm,
before you moved to the suburbs for the time you was in the suburbs in Cali. You
right.
took that to Connecticut.
To Connecticut, to New Haven, Connecticut. We was actually staying in Hamden, but my father and my stepmother they own a chain of beauty salons called California Hair Design. So they had them in different locations of Connecticut, but the main location was like in New Haven. That's where Yale University is. So like
Y'all, my bad, bro. Y'all pause. Y'all see how he just showed respect to his black family, having black business spreading from one coast to the other coast. So don't mistake whatever you see us players doing with us being being focused on the hate. We trying to make
right,
sure you know what you can do and make sure you see what can be done. And this man ain't
oh,
even mad about somebody stealing his name. You
oh
know
no,
what I'm
I ain't tripping, man.
saying?
Like
I just
you know,
because you know what I got like 50 some nieces and nephews, and then I got their friends, and I can't just give everybody, 10 bands. You know what I'm
right,
saying? I
right,
can't just do that, but I can make sure they know how to stand on their 10 toes. And I can make
right.
sure you know that, like, yo, them 10 toes will point you in the direction. And that
That you
direction
need
will
to
lead you
go.
all over the place. And Uncle Wano is certified, and he got people that's into all type of shit that I may not be into. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
I might be able to send one of my nieces and nephews down there to plug in. You know what I'm saying? And then
no
it ain't shit
doubt.
for you to make sure they eating because they building something that you got left to the side. And that's all
Right,
it's supposed to
right.
do, man. But we ain't gonna
Definitely,
get
most
lost in how
definitely.
to save the black community right now.
Okay, so yeah, so we moved. Like I said, we moved to the East Coast. I'm right at a teenager. Yeah, I'm about 13, probably like 14. So like
So
I
you
said,
still
like
hard in your cripping.
oh yeah, like they knew it in my everyday dress and everything. Like the first day of me going to school, they knew I wasn't from the East Coast. Like I wore the star. Look, I wore the stars down Dickie suit and everything. Like
You was ironing and starching and creasing your shit yourself.
man, yes indeed. With the stay flow, nigga. Like I had them, they could almost stand up by themselves, nigga. Like
The whole can of starch on that bitch up.
so so I noticed like when you're in the gang culture, this is what you look for now that you done moved away. So I'm looking like trying to be careful of what zones I'm in and shit. And I noticed it was another white boy. He was there, and I can tell that he was from the West Coast. I knew by his dress code that he was from the West Coast.
He was
So
cripping. He was banging
yeah, he
something.
was he was cripping too. So when we got in the cafeteria, we like saw each other like around, from a little distance or whatever. Like I noticed he was looking at me too. So when he did that, like, I hit him up with neighborhood. So the white boy hit me back up with neighborhood. So I'm looking, I'm like, this nigga playing games or something.
Get the fuck out.
So when I go introduce myself, come to find out he was from Harlem 30s, you know what I'm saying? So he told me his parents had just moved from the West Coast too.
Now Harlem
Now,
30s. that's more on the lower side, going back down in the lower numbers than where you from, right?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. It's yeah. That area is like going back down toward the lower, but they're still neighborhoods, so they still hang with different ones. You know what I'm saying?
And
But
I'm
yeah,
glad
it is.
I'm so
Uh-huh.
glad you just threw that in there because outside of California, being able to understand what you just pointed out is important. And then you say the East Coast Crips are on the outer, but they cover more area.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Most definitely. Yeah, they more on the surrounding perimeter, but even though they're East Coast, they're still neighborhoods. So a lot of time, like, yeah, it's that's how it is.
So if you hit the East Coast up and you hit him up and you flex neighborhood on him, would he hit you back up with neighborhood or would he hit you up with East Coast?
Both, because when I hit him up, I hit him up with neighborhood and let him know that I'm from 60, and he'll hit me up with neighborhood, let me know he's from East Coast.
And then that automatically make y'all lock in or that automatically make y'all bang on each other.
Nah, I mean it's no beef as long as the sets ain't beefing and stuff. It ain't no beef. It's just you just giving respect, letting a nigga know who you are coming through.
And not to get lost, but if sets are beefing, but you feel cool with a specific dude who you might have bumped into, do y'all got a trip on each other?
Nah, I'll never do that. Like I got homeboys and partners from other sets, and nah, I never snake a nigga like that. I don't give a damn who they is. I never snake them like that.
So you there is a way to be on gang code, but man time.
Yeah, it's still the way you can be on game code and solid. Like for instance, if me and a nigga from a different set is cool, and I know that the set is beefing with somebody else from that particular set, but I know him personally, and I know he don't have nothing to do with that personally. What are we beefing for? And if he did have to even get down with something like that, and we're cool like that, he'll hit me up first and let me know, yo, look, I got this problem right here going on. I ran across such and such. This happened. You know what I'm saying? So nah, it wouldn't be nothing like that.
And as men, y'all could try to either mediate that or step away from that.
Yeah, we either mediator or man, we all the way out the way. Like shit, if they
You
want to
know,
crash out behind it, crash out.
them white boy platforms out there got it looking like y'all don't communicate like that or y'all can't work shit out. That shit hurt my feelings, break my heart.
That's the whole agenda, man. Like you got to remember, them other platforms. The only information they catch from it is gang. They did this. The criminal. They don't even see what it was created to be. Like gangs wasn't created to go kill each other. Said we created that to protect the communities and stuff. To protect the females in the community, the elders, and to keep them from getting raped when they had to go to another spot who may not be on our side of the block, but she had to go to that store or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it was created for. But of course, when all the politics, the real politics, got in the midst of it, it created the war. You know what I'm saying? So,
You get it.
nah,
Because
yeah,
what some of them guys in California don't understand is, my great great grandfathers and all of them, when they came up here to Detroit and they was getting that good $5 a day when niggas wasn't getting paid that, you know, when they family wanted to leave the South and go somewhere different, they was funding them to go to places like Long Beach and LA.
right,
You
right,
know what I'm saying? But what you don't see on this platform, you don't see no Jumper or Vlad or none of them talking about how many black aeronautic engineers it is in California, or motherfuck black people that work for Boeing, or that invented this or invented that, or how the hydraulics ended up in cars. You don't get them conversations. And some of
You don't
us,
get a lot of conversation. They want to make gang banging look bad, but check this out. When you get these movies that's shot in certain hoods, who you think they get to protect them to make sure that their equipment don't get taken and stuff?
for sure, they gotta get the factor.
They have to get the people out the hood to make sure they're protected, right? So the gangs can't be too dumb. It's just now they want to put it on mainstream because it's progressing, but they're not putting it on mainstream of what they was really originated for.
Right. From my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, the gangs was 100% solid with protecting the black community until they got into the white Compton, and they started to use the gangs to keep the Panthers from coming up there. Is that right or that's wrong? I'm not sure.
Nah, it didn't have nothing to do with trying to keep the Panthers from up there. The gangs was infiltrated just like the Black Panthers and everybody else. It was infiltrated by the government, by police officers and different things like that, organizations, um, catching people up for certain things. And okay, we're gonna put you back in the neighborhood, but you got to do this favor for us. And so they played the same trick that they still doing today on the gangs and stuff. That's how the drugs and stuff got in the communities, because from the beginning, gangs wouldn't allow drugs in the community. They
Right.
knew it was going to destroy the community. So from the beginning, gangs wouldn't allow drugs in the community.
Okay. Now, see, in Detroit, it's a little bit different because from the beginning of time, the black dudes had their own place amongst all the criminals.
Right.
And when the black kingpin would lead a black neighborhood, Chicago too, St. Louis too, Kansas City too, it was a thing called honorary white. And when the
Mhm.
black vice lord would lead a black community, because the white people would come spend their good money down there to get, you know, which we gonna leave out this interview. You know,
Yeah. So
we
you
gonna leave.
know,
We ain't
yeah.
talking about we not about to sell our grandmothers and grand aunties like that. We ain't gonna do that. They be recognized as
Yes.
very white. So to a degree, in some of these states that you see now, that's kind of like questioning some of the things we see out there. Even though we're poor, even though our cities just saw bankruptcy and shit like that, we got to see black pride in a way that we're starting to realize didn't necessarily get seen the same way in other places. Even down to like when I was a kid, the mayor was black, the police chief
Right.
was. I seen I said when I was a very young child in my grandmother's lap, I watched the black mayor cuss out the federal government. He kicked them niggas out his office. He said, "Get the fuck out my office" on the news.
And see, for a lot of the other ones, like they never had a black mayor. Like that's why when you hear about certain places now and somebody black getting in office, it's a big deal because that's not usually happening around that way. You know what I'm saying? But of course, politics is a whole different subject. So,
Right, right. Yeah, I
but
mean, I've
but
been
back.
looking at that too. Like you got some of these platforms, they interview Quincy Jones and shit, right? Quincy
Mhm.
Jones, people in Chicago was the people. Nobody ever asked him about that shit. But his people was they was black and they was the people for a good 60 years. They ran Chicago, own shit all over the place. Nobody ever asked him about we you know what? We kicking it how we kick
Yeah.
it. Back to how you came up. You took the cripping
Okay.
to different places. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
How
I
you end
first took it to the East Coast. Like I said, I took it to the East Coast. So, of course, when I got there, by the Crippin' and Blood and only being hearing off TV to the East Coast and stuff, they had their own gangs like the jungle, the islands, 352s, B52s. I mean,
Hey,
different. Like they had different areas. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Like they stood on business, but they didn't have the cripping and blood. And so
and this in Connecticut.
this was in Connecticut. So we used to go to New York all the time, which wasn't far, maybe 45 minutes to an hour away or so. But so we used to go to New York all the time. They didn't have them neither. And see, I had a homeboy that I had met my first trip to Louisiana. At this time, he was staying in New York. So we running it. He knowing about the Crip and Blood, but he telling me like, man, they ain't even on that around here. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't on that. So it was like a peace place. Like I didn't have to have no beef with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like so now I'm getting adapted more to the East Coast. Of course, like I said, coming from South Central, of course, I've known of the artists and stuff there. So now I get to the East Coast. So now we're hanging in the apartment complexes where like Steezo and Big Daddy Kane, Biz Marquee, Dana, all of them be hanging at and stuff.
So
You know
you
what
in
I'm saying? So
Queens.
no, no, this was actually in New Haven. They had girlfriends and stuff in New Haven.
Wow.
Like New Haven is the spot where New York cats like to come to and lay back and kick it because you know what I'm saying. Like that's where they come to with their other little shorties and stuff.
Okay, okay. You teaching me now. I like
So
New York, but
oh
motherfuckers
yeah, see, like a lot
ain't
of them used to come through there. You know, and
they
my
did me
brother.
like they did me like Prince Hakeem. You got to go to Queens.
Well, hey,
Motherfuckers
to
got
be
me
honest
in
with you,
Queens, man. And
we
man,
had we had a lot of avenues because even at a young age, like my father, he sang gospel. He used to sing gospel. My
hey, you left that out because people gonna be like, how is this nigga known in all these states? Young.
well, it. That's what I said. Once he moved to the East Coast, you know what I'm saying. So we went east. My mother was already in the South by this time. You know what I'm saying. So now we on the East, and
You
my
damn sure you added that. I'm just glad you put that other part that your father what your father was doing, so now the people know, like, okay, his family was traveling around doing this, and that's how he connected. Because now you in four at 13, you known in 4 different states already.
well, not only what did he sing gospel, like he was like the Grand Master of the Masons and stuff at the time. So it's a lot of
His father's
yeah.
certified. We ain't got to go down that road, and we not even neither one of us is qualified to speak on what it took for people like his father and Aretha Franklin's father to be certified, because them niggas went through a whole nother different degree of shit.
Yeah, yeah. So so like I said, by him and my stepmom having the beauty salons and stuff, every year at the Apollo, they used to throw this event called the Black Connecticut Beauty Pageant.
Okay,
So all the judges and performers were celebrities.
okay,
So now this is my other introduction into the celebrity realm with the East Coast celebrities now. So now I'm meeting Heavy D, Dougie Fresh, CC Peniston, Eric Floyd, the dude that played Leroy on Fame. Like,
okay.
like now we meeting all these different people and stuff. So I'm getting a chance to be around them, the music, seeing what the entertainment stuff do. So
And this when the New York sound is changing because now you're going from rock Run DMC to New Jack Swing.
Right, right. We're going from Run DMC right to New Jack Swing because now at this time, Bad Boy actually coming out with Jodeci, Mary J. Blige, like this when they really starting to hit the scene now. So my father and my stepmother, they also have a house in South Carolina. So in the summertime, we would go to South Carolina. So so now we getting the feel of all these different places. So now once we go to South Carolina, that's where I actually meet Jodeci and stuff at because they from like the town right over from where my stepmother and them was born and raised. So
And then that's another like tri-state type of thing, cause see, you not too far from DC and all of them other places in Virginia where they right.
right, right.
I used to
So
take the pills down there. You know,
oh
I'm a
for real?
generation behind you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just, but we gonna leave that out of there. Come on, man, keep coming with the story.
So this was like in the early 90s and stuff now. So one of my brothers, I got two older brothers. So one of them was in the military. He was stationed in like Watertown, New York.
Okay.
That's up by Canada and stuff. So he was stationed there. So my older brother, he was living in Connecticut too. So anyway, now we're in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody really know, but my brother, he getting to work from Big Daddy Kane and them, you know what I'm saying? So so
I
this
ain't
is
know I was
how
gonna get an exclusive like that, man.
well, hey, some things, I can speak on. So,
You know what's funny? Big Daddy Kane, such a classy dude. I'm listening to him talk about Suge Knight offering him some extra money, and he like, well, you know what? Just the way he said, well, like I turned that down because you know what that means.
yeah.
And
Like, hey man, Kane
oh,
was a cool cat. Like him and my brother had the girls they was talking to knew each other. So him
okay,
and my brother dealt with females in the same complex. So so we used to leave Connecticut, go to New York, pick up the work, and drive to Louisiana and flip it for like triple the price.
right, man. And y'all
You
was
know.
taking that drive.
Oh yeah, yeah. That
You
was that
already
was
used to the
easy.
drive because your daddy traveling.
Right, right, right.
So you already
That
know
wasn't that wasn't the first drive. So and this is me and my two big brothers. So nigga, we going down here to ball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and the
uh,
family
uh
ain't looking at y'all funny because y'all already driving around and got family through the East Coast, Midwest, and okay.
right. So nobody is expecting this. So
And
by
you
the
know that's why
time
this nigga stole your name, right?
I'm thinking this from hearing about some of the stories. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Cause he outside of Louisiana, he done made it a point to have put himself in every state you've been in. I'm listening. I'm about to refresh my drink. You done blew my mind, nigga. I knew you were gonna shit.
okay, so like I say, we traveling, to Louisiana and stuff. So now once we get to Louisiana, uh I got an auntie that was basically like a queen pin. Like that's why, when I see some of these TV shows, I'd be like, man, the ones who was really doing it, they done left them off. The only ones they want to talk about is the one who done got caught up.
Yeah,
They
cause they
not talking about the ones who made it through and never got caught up. Because I had an auntie, this is no lie, like had a big ass king waterbed. And I'm talking about the entire bottom of the waterbed was nothing but pounds of green. Like
man,
that's
come on with it. You know they ain't gonna never get that shine away to the ones that got away. You know what I'm saying?
what I'm saying. Like she never been busted. Her husband never been busted. Like
You know why
you
they do
see.
that, right? because all of them black people that committed that did vice their whole life, they led their life in a very moral and respectable way, which allowed them to avoid that bullshit. And they want us
Right.
to think that you can get the same life that Auntie had while you be disrespectful, disagreeable, and immoral. And it ain't right.
Right.
My grandmother ran
Right.
a, that's how I got good at math. My grandmother read a lottery book for 20 years. 12 of them
Wow.
20 years, I sat on her lap and counted that money and watched them numbers out of bag phone.
Yeah.
And her motherfucking she ain't have the big Seville. You remember she had the small,
The small, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
short body. It was still a photo, but it was a
Right.
small Seville. Like,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying? She ain't have to worry about getting robbed or none of that. But it was how she carried and handled, how she dealt. And they want to
Right.
rob that shit away from the community. See, back to the nigga that stole your name. They don't want
Yeah.
them to know about how you and your family did it. They want you to know about this heroin addict over here. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And do it like this and make excuses for yourself and kiss the white man ass, which is utterly offensive coming from your family being independent legitimately
Right.
and
Right.
independent illegitimately, and you got this homogenized milk drinking ass nigga over here. You know, bro, my bad. So you in Louisiana, you and bro doing your thing. How the hell you end up back in Cali and then catching charges? Niggas stealing your
Well, this is what happened. We ended up back in Cali just for a little while, but still on the East Coast too. So
so your parent I gotta ask. So y'all still had your house in the hood in Cali?
yeah, yeah, we still had the house. My parents still had the house for a while before they actually sold it.
So
Yeah.
everybody in the hood, you still a factor. Uh it's just Barfield on the East Coast.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Everybody's still in the hood. I'm still, but I took my upbringing wherever I went, so they knew all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like no
I'm trying
matter. So
I'm trying to catch where you got the name Bricc Baby, so we
this
can.
is okay. The name Bricc Baby come from when I was younger, when I started banging.
Oh, you talking about before you left? Before you start moving around with your family, you already got the name Bricc Baby.
Nah, it happened once I got to the East Coast. This is why. That's why I'm finna say I started banging, but once I got to the East Coast, where we used to hang out at, they used to call the Bricks.
Mm.
It's still, if you holler at anybody from Hamden right now, they will still tell you it's an apartment complex over there called the Bricks in Hamden. And we was young, and out of the whole circle that I hung with, because I hung with a lot of athletes too, but I was really the only one in the streets that was grinding, and nobody even knew it. Even when they was hanging around me, they didn't even know that I was grinding.
Right.
Even at football practice and everything, because I played every sport there was. So you couldn't miss me with who did what because I was always in the midst. So uh, that's how they start calling the Brick Babies right there.
Okay.
That's the first time that it even came out, and it actually came out from a female.
Understood.
So
And that's way
now,
before 95, before
oh
you
yeah,
came.
this way before '95. This way before, but to even fast forward and go to '95. So I ended up leaving Connecticut, going to Louisiana, right?
Oh, bro, you my man. And you know how we do when we be in conversation. But this the internet.
Yeah.
So and I don't want them questioning you because you got other shit going on. We ain't here for niggas to be questioning and trying to disrespect your G file. Your
Okay. Okay.
parents still own their house in California while they was moving around. They still owned your house in the hood, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
indeed.
you took the crippin' with your father to where he was performing at and your other family, all that, and you developed a different name other than the name that you came into the gang with at 10 years old, right?
Right, right, right.
And throughout your, I'm going home for the weekend, I'm going home for the summer, I'm going home for these months, I'm out of school, whatever the case may be, you bring Bricc Baby back yourself.
Right. Myself.
We can't leave that out.
Myself. Right.
You
I
bring
bring
that
it back
back to
myself.
51st. And was it 51st in Vermont?
51st in Vermont.
God damn it, I'll be listening. I'll be listening. My bad,
Yeah.
bro. But niggas just stole your name. They called me Cap.
So
And like on some real shit, y'all, he got some good dudes under him doing music. I know I'm a YouTuber. This ain't what he do. He giving me just a courtesy of coming on the channel to explain some shit, and that's just what that is. And I don't want none of that mixed up with his artists and what they got going on. Bricc Baby, MPA Shitro, you owe my man a slight apology and a verse because I hear you like that auto tune shit. Some of it sounds good. You owe my man's an apology and a verse, and everybody can move on. Nobody even got to see the apology. It ain't got to be on the internet, none of that shit. My bad. Go ahead, bro. I just got to make
you
sure that
good. You're good.
y'all make
Actually, I tried to reach out to Cuz once before, but I'm gonna get to that story in a little while.
oh,
I actually tried to reach out to him, and but I'm gonna get to that story in a little
don't
while.
run
So,
it down. I'm listening to you. Keep going from where you at.
now, like I said, I go to Louisiana. Now, I ended up at this point. One of the times we go to Louisiana, I stay.
Right.
So this is around like 92, 93, somewhere up in here. Like I end up staying, and
That
so
crawfish and ass shaking got your ass, didn't it?
huh?
I say that crawfish and booty shaking got your ass, didn't
Man, say who
it?
that Southern living was something different. You know what I'm saying? But so of
She
course,
cut you out and cook for you. I
yeah,
yeah. Like, did she just
it's
disrespect and care for me at the same time? Nigga be confused.
and see at this time, gangs are heavy in Louisiana now, like around Shreveport and stuff like that. So, a lot of cats from California was coming back because just to be honest with you, a lot of people from California that you hear, even the big name people, like I said, most of their families are either them. If you look at their birth certificates, most of them probably from Louisiana or Mississippi or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
But your
it's
birth
very
certificate, I seen it's
oh yeah,
Louisiana.
mine's LA, Sentinel Hospital. Like I don't all my big brothers, like my big brother was bangers too. They was G's too, but they had their own story. So but
I ain't mean to interrupt you. I just gotta let the people know your birth certificate is stamped in LA County.
yes indeed. Yes indeed.
Let's
Can't
go
be
with it.
forward.
So you got the
Uh
hoes, you in Louisiana.
right. So I'm in
Looking too
Louisiana now.
good.
Uh, I'm there for a few years and then like boom. Of course, I told you we was taking to work and stuff. So now we're in Louisiana. Now they got a project that we kicking in too that the people call the bricks too. So it's like this is verified. This is what it's supposed to be.
Right.
So
And you still
boom.
transitioning back and forth, visiting the house your parents did not sell in the hood on 51st and Vermont in LA, right?
Yeah, they didn't sell it at the time. They still had it. Like they still had it. So
And you
um
probably getting shit from out there too, right?
I mean, we still had a whole lot of family that was every holiday they was flying in. So, we was still doing our thing. we had a big family that's still in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, believe me, anywhere our family live in LA, niggas know them. Like, that last name is known around LA. Yeah, to be honest with you, that last name is known around all over, and that's not just to be bragging, but not just about me neither. It just we have a huge family with that last name, and all of them is related. Our family is a little different than like the Jones or the Williams or the Johnsons. People be like, "Oh yeah, his name Johnson," but they're not related. But no matter what state in the union you find our last name, we are related.
Right. And that's kind of
So
funny you put that out there because the fake Brick Baby, his family got a last name too, and that's all law enforcement, and they are related too, ain't
um,
they?
probably so.
Yeah, you ain't gotta
Probably
say it.
so.
I said for you. I didn't already investigated. Nigga was related to the top guy. And it might behoove you to not say nothing. Let me do
Yeah.
it. And I just did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So now, I'm known for work and stuff now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like 15. I got my own vehicles. I got my own apartment and stuff. Got a flock of females. So like, boom, I get hit on a murder charge now.
Shit.
So now everybody hearing about it, even the neighborhoods from the East Coast, because at this time I got some cousins, some first cousins, stay on 59th, and they still on 59th right now today, from East Coast. You know what I'm saying? So of course they was flying down, we was visiting, and then now one of their homies from East Coast is down where I'm at. So, so the word is getting back now, you know what I'm saying, of what's going on with the homies and stuff like this. So
Right.
boom.
Hey y'all in the
Cuz
queue, man. My bad, bro. What he's saying is he done made a name for himself in 2 or 3 other states, and not a word is getting back to California. So now you being double certified into being Brick Baby because you done went back and told these niggas that's your name. But now they hearing it from other people that you done been in several states in the bricks and been the baby with the bricks. Am I wrong?
right.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead,
All
bro. I just
right.
want to make
So
sure they know.
now, boom, this big murder charge hit, and that's the word now that all of it's supposed to be behind these bricks. You know what I'm saying? So this happened in 95 too. In 1995 is when I get arrested for the murder charge. So,
Coincidentally, y'all, that's the
right,
same year that the fake Brick Baby mother got caught, and she went on another 2 years fighting, lying, whatever, or snitching before she played out. I digress. And that's why you can't find the fake Brick Baby real name because he was a fucking 7-year-old child at this time. That's
well,
why I say I
see,
get with it.
right. That's why I'm saying now. During this time, this is
Take it over.
probably when he hearing my name, when he hearing about Brick Baby now. You know what I'm saying?
Because you
So,
ringing bells.
right. So this around like 95. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, I go to
Damn.
prison.
Hold on. Coincidentally, we gonna leave his name out of this. But if you ringing them bells in 95, just a year or so prior, another big factor from your set was outside of California and caught a major charge. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You're right. Because he had people in Chicago and was told he couldn't come back to. Okay, continue. I'm continue.
Okay, so
Continue.
boom, I get arrested. So they trying to like hit me with the death penalty because in this particular area, a couple, bodies have been found, and now they hitting like well, this group of people, and they, hitting this group of people. So, uh,
And that's in Louisiana.
this in Louisiana at the time. So,
Now you
to make a
know.
long story, huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
To make a long story short, I got the death penalty and the life sentence dropped down to 21 years. So
Mm.
I ended up doing 21, even though my two co-defendants, testified against me, but I still ended up only getting 21, which was the max for manslaughter at the time. So they dropped it down to manslaughter instead of first degree.
Right.
So I gets out in like '07. So
Okay.
I go in when I'm 17. This is in 95. I'm 17 when I go in. When I get out, I'm like 30 now in '07. So I'm home, I'm chilling. So now some of my cousins, they didn't grew up now. They didn't got a little bigger and stuff. So
Right.
one of my cousins, and there's, I want to make sure I salute him and give him his props. His name Monte.
Monte.
Um, yeah, like Monte is. You remember I told you I got a lot of family and stuff in Cali. So Monte is the nephew of one of my cousins who's from Harlem 30s. He's from neighborhood too, but he's from Harlem 30s. He wasn't from
To
60s.
explain that to me about the you explain that to me. I'm about the how the east side, you know what I'm saying? They
Well,
bigger,
how they connect? Yeah, yeah. See, like
they on the
all of them
outskirts.
is yeah, they on the outskirts, but all of them is the old family. Like Big Harlem, Doug, all of them, Way Out, like all of them was from Harlem 30s and stuff, but they had moved to Louisiana too. So one of my little cousins that was
Hold on,
rapping and
quick.
stuff.
Yo, all y'all OGs that ain't never got y'all shine, y'all ain't never got y'all flowers, y'all ain't never got y'all accreditation. This man just, I hope you don't take it as disrespect. He just shouted all y'all out because ain't nobody else been doing it. And y'all deserve it because y'all gave up what y'all gave up. Y'all did what y'all did. Y'all put down what y'all put down. I don't want y'all names to just be glossed over.
Right, right, right.
Because it's
No
a whole
doubt,
lot of
no
whole
doubt.
ass niggas getting respect and they name shouted
Right,
out.
right, right, right.
You just did
See,
about
you
four
you
or
got a
five
lot of them
names.
like my brother is around up there with Big U and them. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother, he was a first generation of banger. Like he's hot rod. You know what I'm saying? Niggas knew him all over from even
That's a
Inglewood. They
known name.
yeah, they used to call my brother Hot Rod at the time. Like he
That's
was known
Hot
all
Rod
over
is
too
a
though.
known name.
Huh?
Hot Rod is a known name.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You got dudes from different sets that probably got the name Hot Rod, but yeah, Hot Rod is a known name in some of the sets. Like so like he anyway, like I said, now by this time I come home and
Right.
my cousin asking me about the music thing, and I'm like, man, I don't want to mess with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he kept asking me, and he was like, what would you name the group? If you was to name the label, what would you name it? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what name do you like? And come to find out, he was calling himself Bricc Baby Tay.
What?
Yeah, my little cousin, he was calling himself Bricc Baby
Is it
Tay.
from
So
you?
yeah, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So now, at this particular time, now you got a whole lot of cats with the Brick Baby name now. You know what I'm saying? It's Brick Baby K, Brick Baby Zach, and Brick. Like a lot of them is adopting it now. So
Right.
boom, I tell him, I'm like,
But you
huh?
put the moves down first.
Yeah, I put the moves down first, but then I go and then I fill out for the label. You know what I'm saying? I go and pay to put the label in Brick Baby. Now
Don't
this was before I did. I didn't even know nothing about
he
Cuz
don't
calling
be
himself Bricc Baby at the time, huh?
you in 2007, 2008 right now. Go
Right. That's
crazy.
what I'm saying.
I'm raising my glass.
So yeah. So at the time, I don't know nothing about Cuz calling himself Bricc Baby. Like I think if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think he said something like he made his first song in 2012 or something.
And he was MPA shit troll.
That's what I'm saying. So still in 2012, he still wasn't Brick Baby. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. By this time now, I didn't fill out for the label. So now the label is Brick Baby Music Group because it's me now and my little cousin, you know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't from him, I wouldn't even went and put the label, registered. But he was like, shit, everybody Brick Baby, so shit, why not? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I shot it out there like that.
Oh yeah, but you know how it is. When he put out that mixtape that was called Son of a Brick Lady, and your company was already registered, then y'all get to getting mixed in the algorithm. Whoever was managing him told him to go for it. And
Well,
that's why his story that don't make no sense, people be able
mhm.
to catch parts here and there, cross pollinating it with your story. But I found the real story. That nigga stepdad went to jail in '89, and he was the one that got caught with the 2 metric ton. And his mama kept the business going as best she could. And the plug snitched on them. And what he snitched on was he over the course from the time when dog got caught to when she got caught, he gave him 3 metric tons. Two of them metric tons was the tons that the stepdaddy got caught with. The other ones
Yeah,
was what the mama moved in the duration of them 6 and 7 years. And then the mama, the side bitch, and the daddy snitched on some people here. And that boy's name don't exist nowhere. He done been arrested. You ain't never seen nobody get arrested on the news and they mama show up and you can't get their mama name or their name in the newspaper. And that's why I was saying I'm bagging off a dog because I feel like he a witness protection baby. And then he
smart
had,
move.
huh?
Smart move.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at it. If you broke, how you allowed to move through all these different states? And then I'm a rapper. You can't just get in my crew and then go hang with another rapper crew.
Right,
Rappers don't move like that. Two rappers can hate each other. But if they see you go from my crew to your crew, them niggas gonna have a conversation.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, like if you got a name like Brick Baby, that's like
Hmm.
my son. My son know what it's like for his daddy to go get that and touch it himself.
Hmm.
For my son to be named Junior and to be
Right,
sitting with a white boy, don't mix.
right.
Don't mix. I'd rather him be a homosexual than to disrespect what I built to kiss somebody's ass for a piece of their pie.
Well, like Carter said a long time ago, niggas do anything for clout. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas feel like they gotta go to the white folks to get their name really put out there instead of put in the work for it. Like he really don't know how he made himself look. Like he kept talking about, oh, my name was shitty, and this right here, and now and then, oh, then I decided to do this right here. I already had it on my elbow, so like, nah, shit don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You can't. Now I gotta ask because
I could, huh?
I gotta ask because people was on my case. You can't be a shitty and a brick baby, can you?
Nah, not at the same time. Nah, nah. I don't know how you gonna be all of these different aliases. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
And for the internet, Cause you know how niggas gonna be. You know Big U, right?
Yeah.
And y'all have had at least a bit of a conversation or whatever, right? Your respect intact.
I'm sorry.
Enough said.
All right.
No,
I'm sorry. What you said
oh
now?
no, you get. I just wanted to let the internet know that you know Big U, and y'all done had a conversation or two, and your respect is intact with that man, right?
Yeah. Actually, I have been on the phone with Big U, and me and some artist affiliates and stuff. We supposed to be actually linking up and doing some music and stuff, but we just haven't yet. But yeah, I have talked.
Right. Look, everybody blowing your ass up now. We ain't gonna feed into that part, just but because you got love in Detroit, but you know he know of you, and he ain't got no disrespect to your certification.
Nah. He know of me. He know of Mr. Wody. Like, yeah, he know like I can probably call, and I don't know if he'll answer right now, but I mean we have his number and his direct info and stuff.
Most definitely. We just gonna keep it all tasteful because you gotta go, and you don't want to see no black man fall into no bullshit. Me neither.
I
And
mean, never. Like, I don't want to see that. Period. Like, don't get me wrong. They talk about the hood politics and stuff. Like, yeah, it's real. That's in every hood you go to. That's real. But like, for me to just say, or I feel like, oh, Big U has something to do with it, and like, I don't feel that way. Like, I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. Now, have you ever had a part of it? Like, yeah, he told you himself that really Victory Lap was under his label or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that man business deal, but I'm pretty sure if Victory Lap was under his label at the time, that Cuz already knew that, like, when he made the album and shit. You know what I'm saying?
right, he
So,
wouldn't have wanted to fuck up that money.
right.
He wouldn't have wanted to fuck up that money. Even if he wanted to exert his influence to make a point, he wouldn't have fucked up his overall money.
Nah, he wouldn't have, he wouldn't have did that, like, because once that album was done, he wasn't getting nothing else. So why mess up your money? You know what I'm saying? Like, that album would have took you so far, so there's just a lot of that, and then there's a lot of personal beef with each other, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Now
different
you know what?
sections and shit.
I don't want to. And you know what, bro? You done did a great, excellent job of explaining so much shit and yourself. Now, what you about to go into is something that we should do for another interview because I don't want none of this shit fucking up what you done put down for yourself. Because you being able to explain what you about to explain, you know that'll go viral, and that'll be some shit of us just shooting the shit, and we could do that and just bust down that money. But what
No
you did
doubt,
right
no
here
doubt.
ain't got shit to do with no money. Ain't got shit to do with no clout. You ain't shit on, bro. You gave him his accreditation, and it's just like, yo, tell the real. The real Bricc Baby is this nigga right here with his dreads is real.
Yes,
I know you
indeed.
might not have caught it, but he tugged on them bitches,
All the way real.
and he's still in shape for a motherfucking fist fight. You know what
For
I'm saying?
real.
Oh, oh,
I'm,
oh.
wi- I'm ready with phase with anybody. Like, I'm still on it. Like,
Hey, hey, Nick, when you got teenage sons, you gotta be ready for these motherfuckers like
got
me
to, man. Got
and let your
to.
son see it. Like,
Yeah, you gotta know, saying pops will still get out there and do something. Like, well, yeah.
and we on some father shit. Never mind that. Never. We on some just father shit. Never mind that, bro. I'm very glad you stepped through. I'm very glad that you fucks with me. I appreciate
So
being able to have a partner like yourself. Is it
no
anything
doubt.
that you want to throw in this joint that I can make sure is out there outside of you? Because I need you to represent the little homie who sent me the song first.
Oh
But
yeah,
before we get to
that's
that,
mhm.
anything that you want to say about you, because like let's be clear, black men that did what you did, been what you've been through, that had opportunities early. Some people fuck up the opportunities their parents gave them and they just give up on life.
Right.
You ain't do none of that shit. And
Nah,
that's
I could have came through the door with a silver spoon. Like I got nephews that's actors and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Sisters that's managing them, you know. One of my nephews, he's in all kind of movies. The Harder They Fall, Underground Railroad, The Haunted Mansion. Like, you know, you see him with Tiffany Haddish a lot, you know what I'm saying? But um, I just wanted to do everything on my own, man. I didn't want nobody to give me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that in my past, I made a whole lot of messed up choices, you know, bad choices. And I just wanted to do it on my own instead of somebody saying, "Here, you know, I'm giving it to you." Like, nah, let me work for it myself and get it. Like, so now, you know, I got a roster of probably like 9 artists. I work in conjunction with Hard Knot Records.
mhm, I
You
heard of them.
know, that's Mr. Wody, Huncho Harper. The track that I sent to you that came from Cordy Boy. He with Gorilla Kickers. So he's a like he's a bad engineer for real. Like,
He
you
got his
know,
own little, even with the singing and the rapping mix, he got his own thing, even though that's what you know what I'm saying? Which I
yeah,
had
yeah,
I ended up listening to that shit more than trying to work on it. Cause
right.
you know what I'm saying? Cause you know what I'm saying? People, you hear
Yeah,
shit and it's like, well, everybody doing this and doing that. But he took what's going on and made it his own shit. That's why I was kind of stuck. Like, well, hold on. They left
that's
it.
what they need to do. They need to listen to man, Carly Boy, Gorilla Kickers, Mr. Wody, Huncho Harper, YP the OG, Bad Boy LJ, uh, our Jamaican artist, Mega Man Smart Boss. Like he's
No,
still in Kingston, Jamaica. You know what I'm saying?
they
So,
shit they got a rhythm and a vibe going on. And they make
oh
sure
yeah,
you could step or actually dance to it. I
all
can't
of it, all of it,
I can't front. I can't front.
all of
You
it. You
being a
got something for
hardcore, you being a hardcore West Coast nigga, making sure all your music on your label is danceable is crazy.
But you know, that's from being able to, you know, take what I got from the East, take what I got from the South. You know what I'm saying? Like, and try to put it all together. You know what I'm saying? And maybe if Cuz reach out to me, man, we might be able to do something. Just depending on how he vibing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie and just say that I'm gonna do no music with him, but at least he can, you know, give me a better understanding of what he trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man, you know damn well the only picture you gonna get with him is with him in the headlock. Because that's the only thing that's gonna make it right. I know you, and I appreciate you for being a stand up guy because you ain't trying to destroy him. You ain't talking about his parents being tattletales. You ain't talking about because you from California. It's shit that you know that I can't just get from my investigations, and you
right,
doing the upstanding thing. And if
right.
he ain't willing to approach you with appreciation, then he don't deserve you closing the circle for him. Cause
No doubt.
he really being
Well, I mean, you know, either way it go, he gonna have to show up and show out anyway because I'm taking us all over. So, you know, and Cali is one of them. Like I'm not tripping on no hood politics or nothing else. Because when I come to Cali, I'm coming. Like,
Good, because I'm coming with you.
yeah, ain't nothing stopping that when I come back to Cali. Like, I'm coming.
Okay. I've been waiting on you to say that so I can say I'm coming with you. I'm coming. I'm coming.
No doubt. No
I'm
doubt.
coming.
No doubt.
I'm coming. You know, that's all I've been waiting on. I couldn't just press that issue like, nigga, I'll fly out there because I'm not coming on that. But I mean, you
Right.
know, I'm willing to take a fade. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I only weigh 170 pounds. I'm 5'10". Whoever you got in that area, we can handle it. And we can do that as black men with no cameras. But we not about to
Yeah.
tell each other that we can't chase our dreams and do our thing. We ain't doing that.
Right.
We ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Phil,
Yeah.
man, the real Bricc Baby, I appreciate you for coming through. You know we gonna have to chop it up again. You know what
For
I'm saying?
sure.
You
For
know,
sure.
we both got daytime money to get. I can't believe your ass been on this bitch for a good 2 hours with the nigga.
For
Man,
sure, man. We gonna get in a little deeper next time.
for sure, man. Yo, platform is yours. Whatever you want to say, whatever you want to add, whatever names you want to drop, and I'll put the links in after. Is the floor is yours.
That's it, man. Like Juan-O, you're a real one. I hope they keep following you. Man, go listen to the real Bricc Baby music group. Like, listen to the real music from it, from all the orders I just named and stuff. Like, we have more that's affiliates like Ray Rambo and the HB. Like, man, we just grinding and trying to make good music for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will even see some of the artists, like, yeah, some of them are gang members. Just to be honest with you, probably everybody on the label either from like six rolling sixes or 20s or something. So, so- but it's not about a banging thing, you know what I'm saying? Because we cool with a lot of people. We do music with a lot of people that's from Bounty Hunter, from Pyru, you know, from Blood, like from Hoover. Like, we don't have no distinction on nothing like that. Like, we don't trip about stuff like that.
Can I
We,
help you out? Can I
yeah,
help
for
you out?
sure. For sure.
Man, once you have been in so much gangsterism, you end up on man time. When you end up in that state prison, that fed prison, that whatever it is, what you're gonna end up seeing is another black man across the line that ain't no bitch. And that's what
No
it's all
doubt.
about. It's all type of things that separate us, but it's only one thing that keep us together, and that's masculinity. So
For
either you
sure.
on man time or you on some bitch shit. Now I may not agree with you. I ain't gotta agree with you because we both on man time. But as long as we stay on man time, we gonna always be on the same side, even if we don't agree. You know what I'm saying?
For
Yo,
sure.
before this migrant crisis started, right? I
Hmm.
saw we got Detroit is together, but it's very segregated. And
Hmm.
I seen some Mexicans come up to a borderline area where it's black and Arabs and this, that, or whatever, right? A
Right.
Mexican couple get married. Now I speak Spanish, but just hear me out here.
Hmm.
It was one dude that did roofs, one dude that did electrical, one dude that did windows. The husband that married the sister, he did interior. You know, he did
Hmm.
drywall, bathroom, floors, that type of shit, right?
Right.
They hated this nigga that married their sister, but they all showed up for them to build that house.
Right.
That family only lived in that house for a little bit over 2 years, and then they rented it out to somebody. We don't have to like each other to love each other and assist
That's
each other.
true.
And
That's
just because
true.
we love and assist each other don't mean we taking a loss. If I come over your house and I do $5,000 worth of work and you only give me 4,000, but it means that your family never needs another favor, then bitch, we good.
Right, right, right.
Because us as black people, we get caught up in that. Yeah, I bought so and so some clothes, or I loaned so and so some money. Fuck all that.
That's so true.
What is it? Did you help so and so buy that land or till that land? Or what? Let's help so and so do some shit that's gonna produce. And then we leave so and so alone. And if so and so can't make that shit something that he could bring to the table, then fuck so and so.
Right, right,
Come on, bro.
right,
We
right. For
damn sure
sure.
gonna do this again, so you can all the way go off. Cause you a generation before me, and you got to see the black man move around and tell white people fuck you. So you nigga, you know I need to hear
Okay,
it.
for sure, for sure.
In that house you sent me, I know what no black people welcome to live in that neighborhood. So nigga, I need to know all the stories.
I got you. I
I
got
need to know all the stories. In Detroit, it was different. Black people
you.
got
Yeah.
welcome to the table to get that money, but we had to live in our place. Nigga,
Right.
that was you sent me a picture of a house that your family bought in an area that niggas wasn't allowed to be in. I need to hear that story.
I got you. I got
You gonna post that picture in this, but I want to post it. You know what I'm saying?
you. Right, right, right.
That was a that had to have been at least a 5 bedroom joint. And you didn't tell me.
Actually, it's a six family home.
See what I'm saying? But you only sent me the front, and I
Yeah,
got
that's just the front.
was that house by the water? Cause that's all I thought when I seen it. I'm like, nigga, that house by the water.
No, actually, it don't sit by the water, but it's in one of the more upscale areas of New Haven, Connecticut, though.
Is it more than a mile away from the water?
Uh, Probably about 2 miles or so. Probably about you. The closest water probably is a couple miles away. Yeah,
Even in San Francisco, when you see a house like that, it's a beach house,
yeah, yeah.
and you know that because you from LA.
Right, right, right.
I got to let my kids see something like that exists just on some neighborhood shit. I can't believe. That's why you sent me that shit. You knew that was gonna create a fire under my ass, nigga. You can't,
Well,
nigga.
no, hey, you know when I come to you with something, I come to you with receipts. It ain't just
Man,
I come to you with receipts.
that house a easy 3 million in Detroit, and that's in Detroit. With
Yeah,
the same way you said, being a mile and a half, 2 miles from the water, because you ain't gonna get a
hmm
house that style, that big with that layout, not being close to the bay, and
yeah.
nigga, man, I'm jealous. Tell you. You know, your people put it down. I'm first generation. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm building for my family, nigga. I'm
Yeah.
jealous. Dad did his thing, nigga. Shit, I'm jealous to the motherfucker. I'm jealous to the motherfucker, guy.
He
I'm
did his
jealous
thing with that one. He did his thing with that one.
the whole way because he held the
Yeah.
house in California.
Yeah, they had the house in California. He had the house in Connecticut, and then they got the house in South Carolina. So
Right. So that meant he was paying taxes and insurance in all them places. So for a nigga to steal your daddy name, for a nigga to steal your name is disrespect to your dad. And I was just on my son's ass for this. Like nigga, you got to
yeah,
respect what I put down for you. My mama had me at 15 years old. This ain't supposed what you have ain't supposed to exist for you. Maybe it's supposed
yeah.
to exist for your son. But you got to hold this and you got to let the world know it means something. And no disrespect to you,
Right, right.
but knowing what it's taking for my son to have just a piece of what your dad put together for you, man, we about to step on this nigga like a cigarette butt. On and that's on your daddy. I don't never put nothing on nothing,
Yeah.
but I'm putting that on Mr. Barfield. He he
No
he
doubt.
he held down some shit that they say a lot of black men can't do. And then you say him and your mama had a divorce, but all of his kids would be men. Respect, respect.
Say when
Cause
it
we
say moms and them can tell you some stories too, because like of course I was small, but like one of Michael Jackson and them first cousins used to stay down the street from us and stuff, like all kinds of stuff for real.
now you about to tell me you know the neutron.
No, I don't know a lot of them. See, a lot of them older than me. Like I'm 46.
I appreciate your realness. You know the fake Bricc Baby would have been, yeah, I know Jimmy Neutron, I know the new
Nah. I moved
man.
around a lot, man. I had moved around and stuff, and like we
So
was
your mom
grinders,
still
man.
here?
Oh, yeah, my mom live in Louisiana. Yeah,
Man, let her know. Whatever she dealt with your old dude ain't in vain. We about to ride for the name.
like no doubt, man.
I'm pretty sure he grabbed a couple asses like me. you know,
Oh
but
yeah, they good, man. They on good terms.
right, and that's the whole point. Because what he built don't exist without a proper woman.
Right, right.
She deserve out, nigga. When we get off of here, I'm gonna go tell my baby mama, bitch. You know Miss Barfield. Goddamn, nigga, you know what's up. You know what's up. You know what's up.
Yeah.
Like nigga, she went states and dates, nigga, and she ain't never. You disrespectful, nigga. I'm a dirty motherfucker, bro. You know that. Hey,
Yeah.
am I wrong?
Oh no, you right.
Right. So get an OG her respect, bro. Much
For
love.
sure, man.
I ain't
For
gonna hold
sure.
you no more. I'm glad you came through. I'm putting this shit out tomorrow. Yo, while I got you on here, dog, one of the realest niggas out. He
Mhm.
could have straight shitted on dog 3 years ago. He never said anything. He ain't getting nobody inbox. He didn't do none of the shit that motherfuckers is doing. When he saw me respectfully talking to dog, responding to dog, he got at me. And he could have been jumped on my platform with the rah rah. That ain't what he on. Please give Mr. Philip Barfield, aka the real big Bricc Baby, his motherfucking respect.
No
True player,
doubt, man.
true gentleman, true black man.
No doubt. For sure,
I ain't
man.
allowing none of that bullshit.
Right.
Facts. Facts. I ain't allowing none of that bullshit. Show him one more time your dreads real.
Oh yeah, they real. They real.
Hey, look, when you sent me them pictures, because I didn't catch it. But when you sent me them pictures, I'm like, dog, this my nigga. Motherfucker stole his whole shit and he ain't on the internet. I respect you. I
Nah, I ain't
respect
gotta shame them on no internet. We gonna let the music do that. Like, nigga, you either gonna show us our respect that way or just, get rolled over. So
put the nigga you sent me, put him up first. I'm giving him the
yeah,
first. I'll fly down for a weekend or y'all come up here. Let's do that video. Fuck them. Them niggas over there is folding. They already in. You know what? We ain't even about to talk about that.
right,
We,
right. We on a whole nother level. Like,
you know what I'm saying? I'm done with it. I done got buzz getting Detroit history. I'm from
all
here.
right,
I'm such a Detroiter, and we know about the money we send down south, nigga.
yeah,
If my grandfather being able to hear about black people in Connecticut,
Yeah.
He'd have dropped dead. He'd have dropped dead. My granddad didn't use no other words other than peckerwood and cracker when he talked
Right.
about situations.
Right.
And you talking about your family was there, owning the service industry, nigga. Come on, we ain't about to do none of that other shit on here because motherfuckers don't respect black men respecting each other and our lineage on this internet.
Right.
I know, I know, I know, I fucking know what that mean to my grandfather to have heard, or for me to have heard that nigga, it was black people in a place where black people wasn't allowed that own how motherfuckers looked.
Yeah.
It's nothing more you can say to that. Respect it.
Right.
And that nigga, that homogenized milk drinking nigga on no jumper, come on, man. Bro, I appreciate you. Ain't shit but love. You got more money to come up here than I got to come up there, come down there. So y'all niggas come up here and we'll work that shit out.
For sure, we got you, man. So yeah, we'll love to do a video in Detroit, man. For real.
Motherfucker, you 2 generations in the money. God damn it, you damn sure about to get money. Right. And see, black people, this how you supposed to communicate. Don't be being fake. Like, yeah, no, nigga, I got it. No, this nigga got 2 generations and getting money. God damn it. He coming to Detroit, motherfucker. He got the
For
money.
sure.
Show that ring, bitch. Show that
For
pinky ring.
sure. That's it.
Right, nigga, no. He coming up here. He coming up here. He gonna play with my kids up here, and I come down there when I can afford to just go down there myself and play with his
For
kids.
sure. We got you, man. We got you.
This nigga coming up. You better bring the squad. The
Bro, we
nigga,
got you, man. You know,
right,
you coming full fledged, man. Like the
right,
squad coming when we come.
right. This motherfucker getting money. Fuck, this motherfucker here. Hey, hey, communicate, don't commiserate. Now you see that
What's
I could
up?
have been a bitch. I could have been a whole bunch of things and acted a bunch of ways. I was just very honest with this young man. Nigga, your shit is established. You older. You the OG to me. You coming up here.
For sure. For sure. I got you.
And you
I
see how
got
he
you.
handled it? And we can't communicate this way as black people. I apologize, bro. I apologize for using you as an example, but I can't help it. I can't
Hey,
help it.
handle your business, man. Handle your business.
I can't help it. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it. Baby, if I could, hey, nigga, Mike, we ain't gonna have that conversation right now. Mike had some hits, but not just some hits. He had some points in his songs, man. He had some points in his songs, man. But
Mike was deep.
he was. But look who I'm talking to. Nigga, your daddy knew him when he was a little boy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know, like you need to go and let niggas know who you is, man. But I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna let you use me. But nigga, you been getting money longer. You gonna be paying for more shit. That's it.
I
And
got
that's
you. I
no.
got you.
And
I got you.
black men, we can communicate with each other like this. It ain't no shame.
Yes,
That nigga
indeed. We can
know
do it.
he knows he's second and third generation, and I'm first generation. It ain't no shame for me to remind him of that. Like, yo, nigga, like we gotta do this. But you're
Right.
in a position no more for facilitating it. And we ain't gotta feel no way about that. In our personal business, shouldn't have been on this chat right here. But since we done shared so much, I feel like it was necessary, and motherfuckers know that. I even took off my glasses. One, bro.
For sure.
You know it. We out this bitch. And tell your people I'm sorry, but I'm gonna do the song. I'm gonna do the song. But you know, I started blowing up. Motherfuckers
I
got
got you.
51 hard drive. We on.
I got you.
One,